the reason it's so dark in here is because I'm sitting in a car because of this exact moment in time. This is the only private place I have to make this video quickly. And I did want to make this video today because today is November 25th, 2019. 1 year ago today, November 25th, 2018, was the lowest day of my entire life. I have never experienced anything like that. I've never felt that bad in my entire life. And it actually set off a week-long chain of events that would not only change my life, but actually saved my life. 1 year ago today, I was sitting in my apartment alone, drinking alone, because I wanted to get to that numb stage where I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel, sadness, pain, stress, anything like that. I just wanted to feel numb. But I had a drink or two too many, and it pushed me further into depression, and I was sad beyond belief. And this feeling came over me that night that I knew what I had to do. It was time to end things. It was time to end the pain because I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't stand the feeling of hopelessness, because in my opinion, personally, for me, hopelessness is the worst thing you can possibly feel. I mean, I've gone through every emotion for many different reasons over my life for different things, but I've never experienced anything like hopelessness. And hopelessness actually for me plays a major mind game with me, because it convinces you that people in your life would be better off without you. It convinced me that, like when I stopped and really thought about ending things, like seriously starting to make a plan and think about, if you did this, if you went through with this and ended your life, how would it feel? And when I stopped and thought about it, it's even hard still to talk about it a year later, because I can remember it so clearly. This feeling of relief washed over me, and actually a feeling of not happiness, because you're definitely not happy, but relief. Relief is just a good word, because it meant that everything was going to be over soon. All the pain was going to be gone. I wouldn't have to feel this blackness, live in this dark place anymore. It would just be over. It would be done. And again, the hopelessness convinces you that, yes, everybody will be in your life will be sad and everything, and it, would be devastating for them, but that they'll get over it. They'll move on, and that they probably will actually even be better off without you. I know how ridiculous that sounds now. A year later, I say these words, but I can still remember how clearly I thought that and how strongly I felt that I was going to be doing everybody a favor, not just myself. So, like I said, this started off a week-long event because I stayed up late that night, very sad, knew I'd be seeing my counselor the next morning. So that's just where the start of this vlog is. I wanted to talk about today, the 1 year anniversary of the worst absolute day of my life. So again, I'm in the car because silly me didn't think to make this video earlier when I was in my apartment. So again, I'm out for the evening and I didn't think I would have any privacy anywhere else. So just making this one quickly. Today is November 26th, 2019. What a difference a year makes. November 26th, 2018. I went to my counselor appointment that morning after having the worst night ever. Having decided that the only solution to everything would be to end my life. And I was quite serious, and I was actually relieved to be thinking about that next step. And I went to see him that morning and made the biggest and absolute best mistake of my life. I told him that my plan, that I was done, that I couldn't do this anymore. And he asked why I was telling him. And see, again, this is where your mind messes with you and stuff. At that time, I was thinking that he couldn't tell anybody. I was thinking that it was a privacy issue between me and him. Only, he couldn't tell anybody unless I gave him permission. I, of course, now thinking about it, know better, but back then I was not thinking at all. I know that he cannot not say anything to somebody about it when I'm that serious about it and have a plan and that detailed. And he's going through this suicide checklist in his head, which I have now seen this checklist of different things. And I was like checking off boxes left, right, and center, things I was saying to him. So there was no way he was going to let this happen. But at the time, I didn't realize that. And at the time, I was going to tell him basically, thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm sorry that it didn't work, but that I don't blame you. I don't think that you failed me or anything. Just that this is just the way that it is. This is the way I've been forever. Since I was 9, suffered from depression on and off, and I just can't do it anymore. So I left it there and, left it with him. He wanted to follow up with me and everything. A few days later, he was just trying to stall for time. Best thing he could have done. He was persistent. If it wasn't for him, I'm telling you, he would not give up. He wouldn't let me go. Every day he called me, leading up to the next crucial day in this depression recovery story of mine on the 29th. But anyway, so today was a crucial day because I told him the plan and what was going to happen. And he set things in motion that he wasn't going to let it happen. So a difference a year makes, that including a hospital stay, an amazing counselor, an amazing doctor, change of medication, and a ton of personal development classes on mental health issues, all within a year, and got me to where I am today, right now. And I'm genuinely okay right now. I'm happy. Not saying that I'm cured from depression, because I have learned that you cannot be cured from depression, but you can learn how to deal with depressive episodes. And I haven't had one since a year ago now. So that is my little update 1 year later on November 26th, 2019. Today is November 29th, 2019. 1 year ago today, November 29th, 2018, I was involuntarily admitted into the hospital, to the psych unit, with an active plan to end my life. When I woke up a year ago today, I had no idea that I was going to be admitted into the hospital, and it was the best thing that could have ever happened, as much as I fought it at the time. It was bad timing with my business and everything, direct sales. It's Christmas time. It was the worst time to be admitted, but it was absolutely necessary, and it is what saved my life. So my counselor knew that, did what had to be done, and he got me admitted. So I saw him again today. It was a follow-up appointment, and we talked about this last year and how things have been going. And I wanted his opinion on what he's seen over the last year with me, the difference, because we talked about what I've seen and how I've been feeling, but I want to know what he really thought. And he basically was saying the same things as me, that, he sees how much work I've been putting in, how truly much effort this has been, and that I'm willing to put in the work, and that I want to make the changes and everything, and that I really want to help others do the same thing. So we've come quite a ways in a year. I have the biggest thing I've learned. I think the most important thing I have learned, two things. First is that depression can never be cured. It's not something that gets cured. It's just something you learn to understand and manage. And by manage, you can manage how many depressive episodes you have, or what to do when you have a depressive episode. So that's what I've been learning. And the second thing, and I'm okay with that, I've accepted that. I have accepted the fact that depression doesn't get cured. You just learn to deal with it. And the other thing is that I'm learning coping techniques. I've never had these. I've been depressed since I was 9 years old and never had any coping techniques or strategies on how to deal with anything, panic attacks and depressive episodes. And now I'm learning these tools, and I want to share them with as many people as possible. So that's why I'm starting my vlog today, officially, November 29th, 2019, 1 year later. And my vlog is going to be all about my mental health recovery journey and my life going forward with depression and anxiety, and how I deal with it, and all the tools that I learn. So I really hope, my biggest hope and wish is that you will share my videos with everybody, because you never know what I might say that might help somebody, that stands out for them. So please, please, please pass this along, share to everybody, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notifications so that the bell goes off and you get notices when I put new videos up. This has been an interesting and hard year, and I look forward to going forward, and I can guarantee you I wouldn't have said that 1 year ago today.